Yo, yo, yo. Anyway, I just finished watching the last two episodes of The Walking Dead: The World Beyond and the season finale of Fear the Walking Dead. Well, I mean, I saw that a few days ago, but I guess the one way I can describe all three, the finale of Fear and then the two episodes, the episodes 9 and 10 of Walking Dead World Beyond, is disappointing. um, just because I mean, season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead was awesome. I mean, it was a lot better, and everybody across the board was like, my God, this is what we wanted from Fear the Walking Dead. None of this, whatever and stuff. And I don't know. I guess I was just expecting a lot more. There was a lot of hype going on about Madison and like other stuff, which I'm not really pissed that Madison didn't show up. I mean, if she does, she does. If not, she doesn't. But I don't know. I just thought it was gonna be more. I don't know, more. I guess I wanted to be left on more of a. And I know a lot of people say they hate that, those cliffhangers, like when Negan came out and they had everybody lined up on the ground, he's gonna bash one of their skulls in, and it was like, oh my god, like I hate that, and I like that. I like that whole that whole oh shit, what's gonna happen, like yeah, it's painful waiting for the follow-up season to, or second half to come up, but I don't know. With this one, it was just kind of like, huh. Okay, well, I guess I'll wait till next April or March or whenever they have the second half of the, season 6. But it wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wait for it to come out. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I was just kind of like, well, I guess next year then. It was a little underwhelming. The World Beyond, that show, a lot of people, because I guess I am, to a lot of my friends and family, I'm the Walking Dead guy, because, I'm the one they call or get a hold of whenever they need to find, or they need, like, answers. They'll be like, well, how come this and this happened? I'm like, well, it's because of this and this, whatever, and, like, they're like, what's the significance of this? And I'm like, it's, this, or, oh, they took that's from the comic book, but, this and this, whatever, and, like, so I'm like the go-to guy, because I know the comic books front and back, I know the series front and back. I'm like a little encyclopedia. They're like, well, when did this happen? I don't remember them talking about that. I'm like, season 5, episode 13, or episode 5, or, season 8, episode 4, when so-and-so walks up, the guy comes out, and whatever, and they're like, oh, I must have missed that, so, anyway, they've been coming to me, asking me about, because I guess a lot of people these days are, ever since Rick is taken off the show, a lot of people are like, I don't really want to watch anymore. So a lot of people that used to be, which it's kind of sad, kind of shows you loyalty for people that say, oh, I'm a Walking Dead fan. But a lot of, people I know are like, well, haven't watched it since, Rick died or Rick, got off the show, whatever. And so they'll ask me, hey, is it worth watching Fear the Walking Dead? Is it, is it worth watching World Beyond? And Fear, I've been recommending. I say, hey, you should check it out. It's a lot better. Even though I didn't hate all the other seasons, I was just like, I'm one of those, I accept it for what it is, and so I've been recommending season 6 of the Fear the Walking Dead. But World Beyond, I've been real reluctant to tell people you should watch it. You need to, Sunday you need to go and, whatever, because it's one of those things where it's not for everybody. It's like anchovies on a pizza. Some people are like, oh my god, it's, I love that fishy, salty, whatever. Some people are like, ugh, that makes me want to vomit, and then some people are kind of like, well, it's. If it's on the pizza, I'll eat it, but if it's not, And so a lot of people, with that show, I've been telling, but kind of like giving people like a heads up, being like, hey, if I guess certain people I know that can appreciate a good story, I recommend it to them. and explain to them, oh, okay, well, you know, this and this, whatever, and you know, and they kind of like seem a little interested when I tell them the plot, you know. But the majority of them, I'm like, no, you won't like it, and they're like, why not? And it's funny because when I tell them that, I get like the like when you tell a kid, you know, hey, you know, can I take a bite out of that? You're like, you're not gonna like it, and they're like, you know, and then the kid's like, but I want to try it, and then they go and they're like, oh, why did you let me do that? I'm like, told you weren't gonna like it. Just because it's a real story oriented movie, series, sorry. And as a writer and as a person that makes, you know, like my own movie scripts, and I make my own stories and my own, you know, short films and stuff like that, I can appreciate a good story, and I can appreciate a good build up to, you know, because I know what this is building up to. It's building up to the Rick Grimes movies, you know, the Walking Dead film. So, you know, I can sit there and be patient and get engulfed into the story. I mean, yeah, it's not the most exciting series, but you know what I mean? It's one of those, you know, I really don't think there's any middle ground. I think it's more of a you like it or you don't like it. There might be some that have watched it and they're like, well, maybe the next episode would be better. And, oh, maybe the next episode would be more, you know, or they liked, you know, out of the 10, they liked maybe 2 or 3 episodes. Oh, I like this one. This one was pretty cool. Oh, this one was pretty neat, you know. So I guess there are some people that fall in the middle, but from what I've heard, usually it's they can't stand it or they don't get it, or, you know, and that's one of the things I always get. I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm like, it's not fucking rocket science. It's a fucking, you know, apocalyptic series about zombies taking, you know, and these people are trying to, you know, it's not fucking, you know, they're not throwing trigonometry at you and fucking calculus. It's a fucking, you know, TV show. You know, it's not that fucking hard to keep up with it. You know what I mean? But some people are like, it's complicated. It's hard. You got to watch from the beginning and you don't understand. It's not that complicated, but you got to be able to appreciate. It's almost like people that, I guess the best analogy is like people that, you know, we'll put lasagna in the microwave and 10 minutes later it's like, okay, well, I don't, you know, that it's done, I'm gonna eat it, bam. But then there's some people that like to get the noodles, you know, make the noodles themselves, you know, make their own sauce, make their own meat, and get their own cheese, sit there, you know, get a pan and layer the noodles and the sauce and cheese and noodle, you know, and then wait for an hour or so for it to bake, and then, you know, put some more cheese on top, you know, and it's a longer process. It's, you know, some people love that whole journey of like, well, you know, I'm satisfied with the fact that I made the noodles myself, I layered everything, I baked in the oven for an hour and a half, and and that's all part of the fun. That's all part of the enjoyment, is getting from A to B, but, you know, like taking the whole journey. Some people are like that. Some people are like, you know what, fuck that. I don't want to, you know, make my own sauce, make my own meat and whatever, sausage, and get my own cheese and layer my own shit. I'm just going to throw a fucking frozen lasagna in the microwave, heat it up for 10 minutes, you know, take it out, pull the plastic film off the top and just eat it, you know. And it's like that with the show. Some people are like, you know, dude, I just want to see fucking zombies and people shooting zombies and getting their guts ripped out and getting their flesh eaten. That's all I want to see. And then, you know, there's some people that are like, you know, I want to see what, you know, where this is going. I want to, you know, I want to take the time to understand these characters, understand the situation, the plot, you know, the whole story of, okay, well, so then when you get to the, when you get to the end of the road and you get the lasagna, you know, you can say, oh, so all that was leading to this, you know, and so I guess I'm like that, you know what I mean? Like I like to, but every now and then, you know, I like to throw something in the microwave, if you know what I mean. Obviously, because I couldn't wait till Sunday to watch it, so I have AMC Plus, so I get to watch them early. So you know, I watch everything like 3 or 4 days early before they come out anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, spoiler alert. So if you don't want to be, if you haven't seen the last episode of the Fear the Walking Dead or the World Beyond, spoiler alert. But in the last episode of Fear the Walking Dead, of course, like Morgan takes Dakota and stuff, and leaves with Alicia and all them stuff to go to their safe place, whatever. And so it kind of leads that Virginia's gonna go after her sister, and they're gonna have that conflict. But also, at the end, you saw that they had Morgan's woman, and she's pregnant with his child. And there's other people like June and them that are still left behind, Daniel and stuff, and and you saw that they were torturing them a little bit in the little preview thing. So they're trying to get answers. So the people that Morgan and them are trying to help out are actually getting beat up, and who knows what's gonna happen. If any of them are gonna die. Some people are saying that they have their own opinions of who's gonna die. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna kill anybody, just because Virginia's whole thing is like people are a resource, and killing any of those people would just kind of take away her leverage. It's like if you're in a situation and you have hostages, and as soon as you kill the hostages, then it's like, well, we don't really. That was the only reason why the cops weren't flooding in, because you had hostages. But if you get rid of those hostages, then there's nothing stopping from Morgan and all them just coming in and just destroying Virginia and everybody and stuff. So I don't think she's gonna do that. I think she's gonna use them as much leverage as possible. So I'm looking forward to that next half of the season. And the World Beyond, spoiler alert, like I said, if you haven't seen the last 2 episodes, 9 and 10, they will be airing this Sunday. But season 9 kind of shows, it explores more about how Huck is actually with the CRM, and she's a double agent, if you will. She's, well, not really a double agent. She's the CRM, but she's pretending to be, somebody she's not, with the Felix and Iris and all them and stuff. And Iris is kind of suspicious of her. She's been kind of like, something a little off about her. And so in episode 8, they go to this house, and Felix is hurt because he hurt he hurt one of his legs and stuff. Well, it's been hurting him, but it got worse when they fought off some walkers and stuff. So they go to this one house, and they're hiding out, and Iris tells Hope that she's suspicious about Huck and there's something off about her. And they're gonna go check out this one room in the house, and she's like, oh, you want to go in there, there's dead bodies, and it's just a horrible sight. And then Iris tells Hope that she has her suspicions about Huck, and Hope's like, what the hell are you talking about? But Hope also trusts her sister, so she kind of like does things to kind of like see what Huck does, to see if she really is like full of shit. And so she deciphers like a little CRM thing on the map they have, and it's basically what it reads is, save the asset, but everybody else is expendable, which means Felix, Iris, Silas, and Elton are all, they can die or they can whatever, they don't care, they just want Hope. And so she figures that out, and she lures Huck out and kind of like confronts her about it. And then Huck's like, you gotta survive because they want your mind. And then it kind of shows a little backstory about Hope, how she is this little like genius in disguise, where she can, ever since she was a kid, she can take apart like computers, and she knows all this stuff, that she was just a natural, genius kid, and that's why the CRM wants her, because of her mind, because she can help, her eventually, her brain is capable of helping to advance the human race, and then teamed up with her father, who's also a genius, or real smart person. So, but then Hope and Felix figure it out and stuff, and and then there's when they do the flashback where they show Hope taking apart the computer and then putting it back, and their dad's all like, oh my god. there's a they show in episode 10 they show little baby Iris come up and like show Hope, you know, oh, I think this piece goes there and this goes there, whatever, to kind of show that they think, you know, that Hope is the only one, you know, but they don't realize that Hope and Iris together is like, you know, I mean, it's like, you know, chocolate ice cream by itself is good, but if you have chocolate ice cream plus, you know, nuts or plus this, you know, then it's just so much better. And so they're thinking, okay, well, if we get Hope, that's cool, but, you know, they're not realizing that, you know, Hope and Iris together is like, you know, that's what they need. So I'm thinking that's going to be one of the things that comes up in the next season 2. There's a big fight scene with Huck and Felix, and I was like, oh, is somebody going to die? Is somebody going to die? But I didn't think any of them are going to die just because it's still early in the story. If you know, Felix dies, then it doesn't make any sense. And if Huck dies, then, you know, it doesn't make any sense either. So I knew they were going to come out unscathed, but I was just kind of trying to figure out how that was going to happen. And then it also shows Elton, Silas, and Percy running from the CRM. And then Silas, you know, risks his, you know, he says, well, I can't, you know, like Percy's like, just leave me, man, I'm hurt. And also they solved the riddle of what happened to Percy. I forgot to mention that earlier, but you know, it turns out he actually got shot, and he was shot by Huck. And, you know, because Elton's trying to get a hold of somebody on the radio, and he hears Huck, and Percy's like, no, don't talk to that bitch. He's like, she's the one that shot me, you know, fuck that, you know. And then it was like, and then they meet up with Silas, and he tells him, no, Silas, you didn't do nothing, you know, it was actually Huck that, you know, killed her uncle and, you know, framed you or whatever and stuff, and she did it to, you know, for a reason. And then Silas is kind of like, oh, well, shit, you know, I feel better because I didn't, you know, and I didn't kill nobody because he thought he blacked out. And so then at the end, you know, Elton and them are like, hey, we're going to get out of here, you know, and they're leaving through this one part of the fence, and Silas, like, lets him go and, like, shuts the gate and gives himself up, and they arrest him. And I think that's pretty cool because I'm pretty sure, you know, they're not going to kill him. They're going to bring him and see, you know, what does he know. You know, they're going to debrief him and stuff. So he's definitely going to be in season 2. And a lot of things happen for a reason. So, like, the fact that they showed Silas getting handcuffed and, like, taken away is also always foreshadowing for something that's going to, you know, it's going to play out later on, you know, somehow. I'm just curious what Felix and Iris are going to do from here on, like, their next move. Because they met up with, I can't remember his name, but Felix's boyfriend in the show. And there's some people with them. So I'm thinking that they're either with the CRM or they're, you know, rebelling against the CRM. So I don't know if that's how they're going to reference Rick Grimes and be like, well, you know, there's this guy that's been helping us, you know, with our rebellion and stuff. And it's like, oh, what's his name? Oh, his name's and then they're not gonna, you know, something's gonna happen like throughout the episode where they're gonna be like, you know, every time he's about to reveal the name, somebody comes up and says, sir, and it's like, oh, okay. And then they, you know, and then at the end finally it's like, well, what's the name of the guy? And it's gonna be like, oh, it's Grimes, you know, Rick Grimes. And it's gonna be like, but yeah, so I mean, but it was really kind of like I mean, it wasn't like totally underwhelming, but it was kind of like a little bit like, So I think everybody was expecting to be like, oh my God, they're going to mention Rick or show a picture of Rick, or you're going to see Rick like on a helicopter and they're going to be like, oh my God, it's, you know, Rick. And then everybody's going to be like freak out. But I think a lot of people are going to be pissed and be like, that was it, you know, especially those ones that I referenced earlier that like, you know, the instant lasagna, you know what I mean? The people that want the instant they're going to be like, oh, you know, I got to wait another fucking season, another 10 more episodes before I figure something out about Rick Grimes. And it's like, you know, me, I didn't care. I mean, I was just like, oh, okay, you know, I mean, I didn't want like a whole big reveal. I just wanted something like, you know, where maybe they had you know, a list of names, and on there, you know, the guy, you know, Felix is like looking at it and you see where it says something like, you know, R. Grimes and stuff, and it's like, oh, right there was it, you know, just something like that would have been like, you know, but you know, it is what it is. I enjoy this. It's, you know, it's one of those things like, I'm one of the, you know, very few of us that are true diehard fans that, you know, will watch the Walking Show no matter what. You know, I love anything that comes off that's Walking Dead related. Anything, you know what I mean? Like, it's, like, there's nothing bad about the show or the spinoffs or anything like that. You know, even the stuff that really is bad, and as a person that critiques, you know, my own work and other works, you know, that you know, breaks down, you know, certain things that I should sit there and be like, you know, I should call them out on this. I should, you know, point this out, or I should, you know, whatever. But even then, I will call them out. And I'll, you know, like the whole like killing Carl off, I think was a dumbass move. You know, fucking that moron, Scott Gimple. You know what I mean? I mean, I get it why they did it. They panicked because, you know, the kid that plays Carl wanted to go to school and do other things. And so if he all of a sudden just like, you know what, you know, I'm not coming back, bye, then, you know, okay, well, we got to get some other kid to beat Carl. And then people be like, oh, look, it's Carl point, you know, number 2, you know. And it's like, so I guess he did what he thought was the best move, you know, and like, the show is different from the comic in a lot of ways, you know, that it's similar, but it's also different. So I guess I get why they did it, but I would have fought harder and be like, well, you know, what do you want us to do? You know, you know, I mean, we'll work around you. If you want to go back to school, you know, we'll put you in fewer episodes, or we'll limit, or we'll, you know, whatever, you know. I would have, that's what I would have done. I would have worked with them and been like, yo, Chandler Riggs, you know, like, what can we do to help you out, you know? But I think Gimple was like, fuck this kid, you know, he's ain't gonna fucking boss me around. I'm Scott Gimple, you know, my shit don't stink. And, well, I guess we found out it does stink. But, anyway, as far as the other shows, you know, I mean, like, I like them all. I like everything that's coming out, good and bad. But yeah, so I mean, I think a lot of people are gonna be disappointed for the season finales. Well, you know, I mean, because they're used to like big, you know, dum dum dum, and it was just kind of like, you know, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, you know, it didn't leave us with, you know, that whole like, oh my God. But anyways, now I'm just looking forward to the new episodes of the season 10, the 6 bonus episodes. And just yeah. So anyway, spoiler alert, like I said, for all the shit here, because I'm talking about stuff that hasn't aired on cable TV yet, so you might not have seen, you know, you might not see it till this Sunday, so spoilers. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad, you know. It's leading up to good stuff, so, you know, you can't be mad at that. You just gotta be patient, you know. And like, you know, I tell people, if you don't love The Walking Dead, don't fucking watch it, you know. And don't bitch about it, you know, later on social media. Oh, I didn't fucking like, you know, World Beyond, stupid. Just shut up, you know. If you can't appreciate it for what it is and what it's building towards, then don't watch the fucking show and just shut your mouth and go watch, you know, fucking Law and Order or some shit, you know. But anyways, yeah, that was my breakdown and kind of opinion about the Fear the Walking Dead season finale and the World Beyond last 2 episodes. I actually really enjoyed the last episodes of World Beyond, just, you know, with all the stuff, you know, and you find out that you know, Hope's dad was never really in danger, that Huck sent the message, you know. So I mean, he's still good. So yeah, I mean, it's I'm really looking forward to the next season. I really am. I think it's gonna be really good, and we got a lot of good stuff coming next year. 2021 is gonna be a better year than 2020, because 2020 sucked so much dick, it should have came with a pimp. That's just the truth. So 2021 is gonna be a lot better. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, I don't have any production quality. All I have is a cell phone, and that's it. So, you know what I mean? Don't expect any little pop-up windows and, you know, clever banners and all this cool shit that some people do. I mean, I'm just a simple guy. So I'm working towards it, though. I'm working about getting more high-tech and, oh, gee, that's fancy kind of stuff to my videos. But it's not in the budget yet, but it's getting there. Anyways, this is Johnny Death giving you my review on World Beyond, last 2 episodes, and Fear the Walking Dead. So, I mean, I suggest watching them, whatever way you watch them, whether it's on the app or on cable or through other means of downloading or whatever it is. I don't want to know about it, but, you know, however you watch a show, I suggest watching it. Just don't expect big things. But then again, if you've already seen this, if you've already watched this video before Sunday or before you watch a show, then I still think you should watch it. Anyways, love, peace, and chicken grease.